welcome back to the ASMR YouTube channel now. In today's video we are going to be doing a Q&A. I've had you guys ask me lots and lots of questions. I've got them written down in front of me. Yeah, I've got a few different ones. I thought I had more than this. Actually this load. Oh yeah, I was just waiting for them to load. Wowza, a lot of you had some really good questions. We're going to be answering them pretty quickly. We're going to go through them. If you guys like this content, just pure whispered reading and answering and speaking and rambling, please like and subscribe. So, first one comes from Lamario3754. What type of music do you listen to? I have actually previously done a Spotify run through of my sort of most liked songs of the year, things like that. Brief sort of rundown. I like pretty much anything. I like anything that's good. I also like some things that are not good just because they're not good. My most listened to types of music are rap, and yeah, that's probably American rap and UK rap. So outside. Yeah. Sorry, the neighbours have just gone like. Anyway, let me move this because it's hitting my neck. But yeah, probably UK, American rap. UK and American rap. I classify them as completely different genres. So it is what it is. Callum's Corner with more information said, what is something you wish you knew 10 years ago that you now know? Or that you know now? How can I explain this? People don't care. People move on. Everyone has their own life. So I suppose, all in all, just don't care about as many things. Don't care about all the little things that happen. Just move on, crack on. They are simple as that. 10 years ago, someone said, "Look, stop caring about so many things. Like, stop caring about so many things to do with other people. Just move on and just focus on yourself." There you go. That's what I wish. Lewis Edge says, "Has anyone ever told you you look like Joe Thomas, Simon from The Inbetweeners?" Yes, a bit. When I have shorter hair, not when I've got long hair like this. I feel like I look like Jeffrey Dahmer. Anyway, Free PT 5519 says, "What EFL teams do you want to see in the Prem?" Now, number one, I'd like to see Blackburn, Millwall, Derby County. Even though I'm a Forest fan and I don't particularly like Derby, I'd like to see the rivalry back. Blackburn have a big history. Millwall obviously got a really deep history. Not the best history, quite brutal. They're sort of three from the Championship. Should we do one from League One and one from League Two? Birmingham's there. I'd like to see Wrexham up there. I'd like to see Wrexham in the Prem. And I don't think any of these will all be at the same time either. From League Two, Notts County or Chesterfield. There we go. One of them. I'd like to see them just because it's cool. Who do I consider to be the top 5 greatest football players of all time? Okay, so these aren't who I'd consider my favourites, but definitely the best. Probably technical wise, stats wise, let's go with that. I think number 1, Lionel Messi. Number 2, Ronaldo. I think whatever order you have them in, they are your number 1 and 2. I don't think there is any debate about that. 3, 4 and 5 are going to be a bit different and more difficult. I think you've got. I'm not going to put like Maradona and Pele in this, even though they could be in yours, and I would not have any debate. I think it's just because I haven't really seen them. I didn't grow up with them playing, so I'm not going to. They're not who I can't say that they're the greatest because I didn't watch them play. Like, you look at Messi and Ronaldo, and yes, they'll drop a bad game. I don't know how many bad games Maradona had. I just know at the time he was one of the best, so it is what it is. I'm going to do sort of my lifetime. I think I've done attackers, midfielder. I'm going to have to go Lampard. He is both my favourite player. I think he is the best midfielder ever. I'm gonna limit that to the Premier League because I do like Xavi and Iniesta both equally, and I think Modric is a massive, massive shout for being in the top 5. Can I put Lampard ahead of them 3? I find that really difficult, and I feel like I'm doing that out of bias. But at the same time, if you look at who Lampard was, the team. I'm going to reserve judgment just for a couple of seconds. I'm going to run through some players in my head. I'm just going to spout out some players that I think could go down as like in their own position. So, Neuer in goal, 100%. I think Neuer and Buffon, 2 best goalkeepers of all time. Dani Alves at right back. Left back. I think there's a lot of names that are up there, but I don't think any one of them has been better than the other. So for that reason, I can't say that they're out and out the best player. Defenders Puyol and Ramos. I think the 2 out of my lifetime that I think of day in, day out as being the best. Midfielders Xavi, Iniesta, Lampard, Gerrard, Busquets, Modric. So many midfielders to choose from. Ronaldo, Messi. Attackers wise, I'm going to put Ronaldinho in there. I think he's fantastic. Did it at PSG and Barcelona and AC Milan. Outside of that, I'm going to go like your likes of David Beckham. Definitely one of the most underrated in terms of the greatest of all time. I think the aura that he had and the revolution that there was a whole thing about him. He was like I don't know how to explain it, but he was one of the first people I saw outside of football that people knew him. Not even for his football, and I think that goes to show you how good of a player he was. Robben. I feel like I'm missing like major players off this list. Harry Kane, maybe. Neymar, Suarez, Ibrahimovic might be up there. I'm gonna go Buffon, Sergio Ramos, even though I personally prefer Puyol. I think Ramos has had a much bigger, better career. Maybe I think Ramos was I think he was a better player. Maybe. I'm going to give it Modric. I'm going to give the midfield spot to Modric and Iniesta. Oh, kills me. Kills me not to give it Lampard. Buffon, Ramos, Modric. I'm going to give it Modric, Ronaldo and Messi. Does that seem like a fair top 5? I've given a goalkeeper, a defender, 1 midfielder, and then 2 of the best players of all time that are undoubtable anyway. I'm going to go with that. We're going to move on. Sorry, that was from Josh Green. Thank you for that. Arch Wilts says, if a player has dived clearly, obviously, do you think it should be more than a yellow for simulation? No. I think a yellow card is more than fair. I don't think you should be given a red card. It's not a sending off offence. It's not a threatening offence. It's not dangerous play. I think a straight red card should be limited to dangerous foul play. An out-and-out red card is dangerous foul play or clear interference with play, like a goalkeeper handling the ball outside the box. That is a goalkeeper that's run out and gone, you're not having a goal here. I can understand the argument that is the same for an attacker diving in the box, but you're not, like, a goalkeeper handling it outside the box when he's one-on-one. That is stopping a goal, like a guaranteed goal at that point. If the player had the open goal to score at, 99% of the time he's scoring it. A goalkeeper, like a player diving and getting a penalty and getting away with it, you've still got to take the penalty and score. Do you know what I mean? Yes, you have a heightened chance, but the penalty is there to be saved. So I think a yellow card suffice. I think they should clamp down on it a lot more. I think if a player goes down and it isn't a free kick, penalty. I think if it's a clear dive, straight yellow card. I think the refs at the same time need to sort of understand that if a player starts going down and then doesn't control the ball, go back for it, give it. Another one from Archwells. It says Q&A, if you only had 1 week left to live, what would you do if you had access to everything and had unlimited money? I think I would go and 1 week left to live. I'm going to give myself one activity a day. Number one, I would visit a place that I've wanted to see. Truthfully, I don't know where that'd be. I would take everyone with me that I possibly could. Rent out like a private jet. Maybe spend 2 or 3 days either in a really... I think the last 3 days of the week I'd do that. So, first week I would rent out Stamford. First day, Monday, I'm renting out Stamford Bridge. I'm getting 22 people and a referee. And we're having a kickabout. We're having a 4-hour football match with food and drinks. 2 hours into it, we'll stop, eat some food, have a good laugh, have music playing, and just play at Stamford Bridge. I'd rent Petr Cech in goal. I'd rent Lampard. Believe me when I say, if you said to them, do you want to play on Stamford Bridge? I'll give you 50 grand. They're doing it. Cash in hand, just for today, 50 grand each, crack on. They're doing it for a laugh. I'll do that, meet my heroes sort of thing. Tuesday, I'm playing Augusta. I'm playing Augusta. I don't care if it's limited access. I'm giving them £1 million for the day to play around a golf, completely on my own with a buggy. I don't want to meet any of the golfers. You know, I think I'd be more nervous if I had Tiger Woods coming around with me. I just want the course to myself for a few hours, and I'm playing around a golf. It is as simple as that around Augusta. I'm having as many shots as I can over the water. Happy days. I think Wednesday, what would I like to do? Wednesday, I'm getting in an F1 car. I've got a week left to live. If they say to me, look, if you crash this, you're dead, it's 2 days. I'm dead anyway, mate. So I'm getting in an F1 car. I'm giving it the beans. I'm going round Austria. And then Thursday, I'm going around Belgium. It's a 2-day F1 trip. We're putting in some slow laps, we're putting in some medium laps, we're whacking in some fast laps. Happy days. I'm speaking to McLaren, I'm saying, get me in that McLaren. The dogs are having a drink. So that's Wednesday, Thursday. Then straight from Belgium, we're going to Bora Bora. We're going out to the islands. We're going to go into one of them, walk out in the middle of the sea, villas, whatever it's called, little rooms. We're having as much as we can eat. This is all my family. This is family, friends, whoever wants to come with me. Fuck it, we're going. I'm taking people that I probably don't even know, because you've got one chance, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. So we're going to do that, and then on the Sunday I'm dead, so all good. Anyway, Footy Facts ASMR says, new background looks great. Question for the Q&A. Who were your favourite footballers growing up, and who are your favourites now? Absolutely love it, Footy Facts. Thank you very much for the question. And I'm glad this is different from the top 5 greatest. So, my favourite footballers growing up were Drogba, Lampard, Terry and Petr Cech. They're the 4 Chelsea, the spine of the team. In my era of Chelsea, you will probably agree. And then outside of that, Messi. I had a bit of a soft spot for Robin and Ribéry. I liked the both of them at Bayern Munich. And then, of course, Ronaldinho was one of my favourites. Ronaldinho, I just loved to see every compilation that ever came out of him. When YouTube first came out, it was like, Ronaldinho, come on. Seeing all the flicks and tricks and just his sheer audacity to try half the things he did in game. Absolutely fantastic. And then, sort of, Neymar, when he burst onto the scene, when he came from Santos, he was one of the first ones where I think, do you know, nowadays when a team signs a club and that one person on Twitter goes, highlights of this player, why he's coming to Man United, this is what we're getting. Neymar was the OG, he was the patient zero of them compilations going, bosh, this is who Barcelona are getting, lad. So yeah, It is what it is. Favourite players now. I've got a soft spot for Reece James, obviously, and I'm a massive Cole Palmer fan. I actually tweeted out maybe the other day and said, if Cole Palmer spends his career at Chelsea, we've already won the Conference League. If we win a Premier League and a Champions League under him, or with him in the team, I think he might be my new favourite player of all time. I think he is the only player that gives me the same feelings as Lampard does. Just seeing him on the pitch and just seeing him nonchalantly just do what he wants. I've never felt that since I was maybe 8 or 9 years old watching Lampard. Okay, so Harry B411 says, what would be in your dream 3-car garage or garage? See, if I say 3-car garage, that sounds right, but if I say 3-car garage, it doesn't sound right. But I say garage, not garage, which is weird. So the first one would be like a Tesla X or something like that. I think for a daily car, they're absolutely sublime. I think it's nice and easy. Electric, I'm happy with that. Rapid, it is what it is. I know it's a boring first answer, but it is one of the dream ones of just having a Tesla and just being able to run it daily would be nice. Outside of that, I've got 2 very specific cars. One would be a Ferrari. I'd have either a Ferrari F8, maybe an F80, something like that. I think any car, any Ferrari that looks like with a rounded front, I don't like the ones that are sharp. It's not my thing. An Enzo, maybe. F90, maybe. F40, probably not. But yeah, one of the Ferraris like that. An F90 is not too bad. SF90. 2019 model, that's nice. Yeah, maybe something like that. In red, obviously. And then I'd go for a black, fully blacked out Mustang. I think as a muscle car, that's probably you've got to go for some form of you've got to go for a daily, easy run around car, haven't you? You've got to go for a nice high-end hypercar. Apparently this one's only £20,000. Where's that? It's a 1/8. It's a 1/8 scale. No way. It's not even a real car. For £20,000, Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, then you've got to have some form of muscle car, some absolute monster that just makes an absolute racket. I would love it. So yeah, sorry, Ziggy's decided to have a bit of a moment, so Becky's just calming him down and making sure he's quiet. It's alright. He looks comfortable. True. Tibo Quant says, what football team plays the most attractive football at the moment, in my opinion? Truthfully, and this isn't just me saying it, but I think Liverpool at the end of the season sort of dropped off a bit, but they played okay football throughout the season. They were nice and consistent. I think Arsenal are always a bit of a hit and miss. Man City played shy. Chelsea, you never know what you're going to get. But I like to see Forest play. I like to see them just enjoy, just being where they were, just enjoying the time on the pitch. They all look like they're having absolute fun. They all look like, even when they sit back, they defend well, they throw themselves at the ball. And then the minute they pick it up, it's right. We've got the ball. We're not going to have it for long, but we're going to kick it that way, and we're going to try and score. And it's so missed in this day and age. They just out and out attack the minute you get the ball. Just get it forward and score some goals. I'm going to say they play one of the most attractive football. PSG are very similar. If you watch some of the Champions League games they've had, the minute they pick up the ball, they just want to push forward with it, and it is an attractive style of football. He also says, do you think Chelsea will win a trophy next season? If so, which one? As a fellow Chelsea fan, I'd like to see us, now that we've got the European Cup, we're in the Champions League. I don't think we'll win the Champions League. I don't think we'll win the Premier League. So where does that leave us? I would like to see us really challenge for an FA Cup next season. I think if we can really get an FA Cup, I'd like that next season. So long as we finish back in the Champions League spots. and we give somewhat of a good account for ourselves in the Champions League as well. I think a good, strong Premier League finish, a good, strong Championship finish, maybe quarter-finals onwards, and an FA Cup or Carabao Cup, I think that's fine. Dash Lane 41 says, what was your dream job growing up? Obviously a footballer. I'm football mad, played a lot of football. So, yeah, it was obviously trying to, be a footballer, and then later on in life it was being a teacher, but I quickly decided I did not want to actually teach in schools. That's why I'd prefer something a little bit senior and a little bit more training / management-esque in my current job. So, Ultra Zins says, what is your dream golf course and dream golf set? I don't particularly have one, if I'm being totally honest. I've got a nice putter at the minute. It's very Scotty Cameron-esque. It's that sort of mallet putter. Not mallet. I don't know what you call it. But a Scotty Cameron putter would be nice. I've got the Callaway Jaws wedges, so I'm really happy with them. Maybe a set of Titleist iron, some blades, and then driver and wood. I'm not particularly too fussed. Maybe the QI10s or what are the Smoke Max? Whatever they are. So that, in terms of set, is nice. Bless him. He's just sort of sat up against the back of the sofa. Bless him. But yeah, in terms of golf course, I'd like to play Augusta. I'd like to play Pebble Beach in Sawgrass. I did see, so I think I saw, was it Rick Shields or someone was in China or Japan where they went to a golf course that's no longer used and it's like completely overgrown, but they showed what it could look like, and I think there's still like 2 or 3 holes that some people play as like a practice that are still sort of relatively well kept. I would love to play that course. That looked sublime, and sort of like the potential that course has of being one of the best courses in the world. It's just the fact that no one really goes there, no one plays there, and it's not really one of the. It used to be very well known as far as I'm concerned, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, that one would be brilliant. But yeah, Pebble Beach, Sawgrass, Augusta, and then St Andrews would be my top 4. JMWK. No, he just left a comment. The Goat 4443 says, what would be your death row meal? Oh, very good question. I think I'd like some absolute ridiculous fine dining. I'd like a 50 course, the best 50 course taster menu you could ever wish for. I want a number of different beefs. I want the best chicken dish you can get your hands on. I want some unbelievably like concoction of puddings, some just like out this world food that you go to like the best restaurant in the world for. I think would be my death row meal. Like if I'm on death row for something, I'm leaving with the best meal. I'm leaving with the best stomach content you could ever wish for. He also asks, or they also ask, shall I say, what is your favourite and worst ASMR triggers? My favourite ASMR trigger is just flat out whispering, talking, rambling, whatever you might want to say to the camera. Typically with some version of an accent. The worst ASMR triggers are anything that's sharp and abrasive, so loud tings and taps and just scratching on the mic. No, thank you. It's too much. It's not relaxing. It's not there to relax. It's just very intense, monotone sound. No, thank you. Ryan Moore says, have you ever considered doing a football ASMR podcast? I think it could be a good idea. The thing is, if I did a football podcast, I don't think I'd be able to do it in an ASMR setting. I just don't think that's going to be a thing. And therefore it goes against what the channel's about. So I have done. I'm probably not going to do it. But yeah. Ryan Moore also says, what is your favourite house music song? I won't lie, I don't listen to much house music. If any at all, if I'm going to listen to that sort of DJ genre. It's not really a genre because there's multiple different genres that falls into. I'm listening to drum and bass or what else, I don't even know what else you'd call it. But yeah, just like bassline in general. I'm probably not listening to house music. I find it the more boring of the DJ music. So it is what it is. Sorry, Ryan. MCFC Jack says, "Are you thinking of doing YouTube full time?" No, not at this moment in time. I would have loved to have done. The moment has passed for me to have done that, unfortunately. But I'm enjoying still doing it, so that's a positive. Alex Waite says, "I don't know why, but due to the bank holiday." Oh no, cool. Tutty373 says, "Who's your favourite football player of all time and why?" Lampard, grew up on him. Chelsea's all-time best player, without a shadow of a doubt. A midfielder scoring that many goals, getting that many assists, having that many goal involvements while still captaining the club and just being the player he was is enough said. In my opinion, a really good role model as well. Incredible footballing brain. And then last but not least, been a subscriber since day one. Yes, you have gone to Bedingfield. Keep doing your thing, brother, thank you very much. But he does say, "What's your greatest memory from playing football?" That's one that cuts deep because I don't play football anymore. One of my favourite ones. So there's a few. Number one is scoring. They all involve probably scoring goals. I used to play for Draycott United. We then branched off into Wiln FC as Draycott United then became two teams, one Draycott United, one Wiln FC. I jumped over to the new team because I preferred that manager. And we played against Draycott United because we were in the same league, so we were all from the same school. We all picked it up throughout the week, and a rivalry for the ages. It was like 2 seasons in a row before both teams ended up folding anyway. Where we managed to play each other 4 games, once at home, once away, even though it was like a field away. It was like the other side of the train tracks. And so, yeah, just being involved in them games is probably one of my best memories. I think we won 1, drew 2 and lost another. So it was like pretty even. Like obviously we all just used to crunch each other. The ref was someone in my year's older brother. So it was like, they knew the relevance of it. They were just like, obviously I captained Wiln at that age. So, being the captain, just sitting there with the ref, opposite one of my mates, as we do the coin toss, and him going, "Look lads, I get it." Try to keep it relatively civil. And we were like, yeah, that's cool. Just having a good laugh, playing football, scoring some good goals, celebrating in front of our mates' faces, getting aggy with each other, but then still seeing each other on the Monday at school and being like, what a fucking game. One of the best memories. Outside of that, playing for San Diego, I scored a really nice goal. It's probably one of my favourite goals I've scored. Ran up the right wing, looked as if I was going to cross it. I was maybe probably about 8 yards from the goal, and I just near post finish, top corner near post finish, just absolutely leathered it. And the keeper sort of looked to his right, thinking I was crossing it or passing it across, and it'd already gone in by that point. And I was just like, wow, probably one of the best goals I've scored. And then San Diego versus San Diego, another rival game. No, sorry, Wiln versus San Diego, because I played for both of them. I got the managers to speak about doing a pre-season friendly, and I scored from the halfway line. And it didn't count. The ref gave a goal kick because it went through a hole in the net, and he thought it had gone over. Fuming, one of the worst memories. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this Q&A. That's everything that I've got for you guys. Please, if you want me to do any more of these, you want any more questions answering them, please do let me know. But I'll catch you later. Goodbye.